The station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Well, good morning, everyone. Happy Sunday, Saturday. Wow, it's Saturday. It is 7:59, and we are waking up to a mixture of sun and clouds, and highs will be in the 50s, so definitely keep it here. We'll talk about that, guys, in just a bit.
Breaking news on DC News Now. We still don't know which day of the weekend it is. Brittany Ward. Guys, also coming up this morning on DC News Now, it is called the Missing Middle. With very few places to live other than single-family homes or high-rises, is there a way to meet in the middle? This morning we are live with a look at both sides of the argument as Arlington County, Virginia, inches closer and closer to a vote on this controversial topic. Stay tuned. Tosin Fakile is in the studio for that in just a minute. And lacing up for a big game, the second round of the NCAA tournament is fast approaching. Our sports team on the ground in Birmingham, Alabama, as the Terps prepare for tip-off. Plus, it is beginning to look very pink here in the DMV. Today marks day one of the National Cherry Blossom Festival, and we've got your all-access guide on what to expect. But first, we're going to take you outside, as we always do at the top of the hour. A beautiful, beautiful look at the Kennedy Center. Beyond the Kennedy Center, Reagan National Airport, the Potomac River, waking up to, I guess, overcast. I don't know. It looks kind of, the camera looks a little blue. My question for you, Brittany Ward, there in the Weather Center is it going to be like that all day? Or are we going to have some sun peeking through the clouds at one point?
Yeah, we'll see some peaks of sun here and there, but overall we will be seeing those clouds stick around as we head through your evening, all thanks to that cold front that finally pushed through. It brought us the showers for our St. Patty's Day. Now we're on the backside of it. Breezy conditions will be the trend as we head through the rest of your day. And again, we're going to be seeing some clouds here and there as we continue to head through your Saturday. Now, zooming into radar, kind of showing you the overall picture. We had some light showers just off to our south early this morning. They now have pushed out. We are completely dry now across the entire DMV, and that will be the trend as we head through the rest of your morning today. Now, temperature-wise, we still are fairly cool, especially when you head further off to the north and west, whereas along the Beltway, we're seeing those temperatures in the lower 40s. Those winds are shifting out of the west, staying at about 18 miles per hour. So overall, they are light in nature, just getting a little bit of a breeze out there. And highs today will be on the warmer side. We're talking about upper 40s to lower 50s, but that will change as we head into your Sunday. So definitely keep it here. We'll talk about that in just a bit.
All right, we are not going anywhere. Brittany Ward to start us off there from the Weather Center. Brittany, thank you. We begin this early Saturday morning in Arlington, Virginia, where even though it's the weekend, a packed house is expected as the county continues debate around a proposal that's being called the Missing Middle. It's a hot topic. Rezoning in the county has been very controversial, but could it come to an end this morning? Our Tosin Fakile live in the studio, and Tosin, we are talking literally hundreds of people showing up at this meeting to voice their opinions. Hey, Tosin.
Hey, Joseph. Yeah, you're correct. We're talking about 200 people who are either signed up or willing to speak at the county board meeting, which starts at 8:30. So we're talking in a matter of 30 minutes. And that's what one person tells DC News Now. And this proposal is on the table because the county says there are not enough housing options in the middle between single family homes and high-rise apartments in the county. So county officials say the, quote, missing middle looks into how new types of houses in Arlington County could bridge that gap of a lack of housing options. They also say current zoning in the county restricts those middle housing options from being built. Those who oppose the plan say there could be negative impacts and they want the county to study the facts. Supporters, which include the county's NAACP, say the proposal isn't going to completely fix what they call exclusionary zoning practices, but they say the plan will create a ladder, especially for African Americans.
It opens up a possibility not just for renters, of which about, I think, 60% of our county's populace are renters, of which 78% are African American, 72% are Latino. So it creates a lot of opportunities there, but it also offers a home ownership possibility for those of middle to upper middle income.
There'll be a parade of terrible negative impacts, from schools to tree canopy to flooding to all kinds of infrastructure issues, strains on sewer, water, the grid. And we've asked since the beginning the county to study the impacts.
Well, I can tell you, Joseph, there are very strong feelings on both sides of this matter. Now, that county board meeting, like I said, starts at 8:30. Now, because it seems hundreds of people want to speak at the meeting, the county has set a carryover meeting for Tuesday just in case. I'm live in studio. I'm Tosin Fakile for DC News Now. Back to you.
All right, Tosin, thanks so much. Your time now 8:04. 3 people are without a home this morning following a house fire in Tacoma Park, Maryland. The flames went up yesterday. Take a look at the damage there. Officials say the fire likely started in the basement involving some kind of bedding or mattress. Nobody was hurt in the fire, but as you can see in those photos, the damage is extensive. You can check out those photos on our website at dcnewsnow.com. We also have an update on a fire that happened in Southeast DC. A 5-year-old boy has died due to his injuries. The fire happened just over a week ago in the Washington Highlands neighborhood. First responders say a 9-year-old was also taken to the hospital with less serious injuries. As to what caused the fire, that still remains under investigation. Well, this morning, police in New York City, they are preparing for the possible indictment of former President Donald Trump. They are stepping up security as speculation grows that Trump will be called to appear before a grand jury. All of it coming as the former president is being investigated for paying hush money to women he had sexual encounters with. It's still unclear whether or not Trump will actually be indicted, but law enforcement is preparing just in case. Could be a very interesting week next week up at the Big Apple. Well, later tonight, the Maryland men's basketball team is facing off against Alabama. This is the second round game of this year's tournament. Our Alex Flum is the only local reporter on the ground in Birmingham, where the Terps are set to tip off at 9:40.
We know that Alabama is the #1 overall seed in this year's NCAA tournament. That's who the Terps will face on Saturday night right here at Legacy Arena. But the Crimson Tide also happen to have one of the best players in the entire tournament. Alabama forward Brandon Miller is projected to be one of the first picks in this year's NBA draft. Miller has been dealing with a groin injury in recent days and actually didn't score any points in Alabama's win over Texas A&M Corpus Christi in the first round. If he does play Saturday, Maryland knows that trying to shut him down will be a huge priority.
We live for the games like this, and we live to play against players who, are going to be in the NBA, because, I feel like we're NBA caliber players as well. So it's really just going to be exciting to play against a player like that.
He's a very talented player. He's a 3-level scorer, can shoot the ball, has incredible length. So a lot of the emphasis has been on Brandon Miller, and we're definitely going to have a game plan to just try to slow him down the best we can.
He's a very talented player. I didn't see too much of him, but, watching a lot of film these last couple of days, just locking on other players, because it's just not him on the team. It's just they're a group of players. They have a very talented group of players, and we just got to lock on all of them. And Brandon Miller is just one of them from the bunch.
Now, Alabama head coach Nate Oates said Friday that Miller will not be participating in live practice, meaning he won't participate in simulated game activity or anything involving contact. But whether he plays or not, Alabama will be a big challenge for Maryland here on Saturday. Reporting in Birmingham, Alabama, Alex Flum, DC News Now.
All right, Alex, thank you. We're going to have live reports from Birmingham from Alex tonight during our evening shows, as well as a full recap on game night, the only 7-day-a-week local sports broadcast in all of the DMV. That starts at 11 p.m. All of that right here on DC News Now. All right, your time about 8:07. It is here, guys. Today is the very first day of this year's National Cherry Blossom Festival. It all kicks off with the opening of the Cherry Blossom Welcome Center today. You can find it right in between the Theodore Roosevelt and Martin Luther King Jr. memorials. And the crowds, well, they were already out yesterday. Our Marielle Carbone spoke with the National Park Service. They say they are ready for the big day and for the next 4 weeks of celebration.
It's so beautiful already.
Pinks and purples are popping up around the tidal basin as DC awaits the peak bloom of the cherry blossom trees.
I'm so excited to see it in full bloom and have the full effect of the flowers. I just can't wait, and to see all the vendors and stuff here for the actual festival, it'll be really fun.
Daria Alam and Sana Zoe Villan stopped by Friday, getting a lay of the land before the 4-week Cherry Blossom Festival officially opens on Saturday.
Basically, we're planning to do a small picnic around here, and we're gonna check out all the stalls, see what's gonna happen, wear cute pink outfits.
1.5 million people from all over the world are expected to visit this year's festival. More than 150 acts will perform at the Welcome Area A&A stage. Plus, there's a parade, 10-mile run, kite festival, and more.
There's something spectacular, first of all, to be in Washington, D.C. in springtime. And I think people should take your time. They'll say peak bloom is 3 or 4 days, but the blossoms bloom before, the blossoms bloom after. Sometimes they stay on for a long time.
The festival has been in existence for 96 years.
Beauty.
Beginning of spring?
Yeah, beginning of spring.
But for Nita Paletta and her father, Darius Paletta, it's their first time seeing the blooms.
Really excited. I mean, this is something that people come all over the world, I feel like, to see, and we got the beginnings of it, which was less crowded. So.
Paletta says she'll be back.
I might come back because I'll be here now.
And Zoivala encourages others to come back too.
No, please come and check out next weekend. You have to. That's a prime time.
All right, that was our Marielle Carbone reporting there. So the Spring Fun continues all the way through April 16th. Peak bloom is expected to happen between March 22nd and March 25th. That is next week, but that can change slightly depending on the weather. You can always monitor how far along the cherry trees are in their bloom by checking out the festival's website. All right, let's head over to the Weather Center now. Brittany Ward is hanging out there. Brittany, if we are walking around the Tidal Basin today, if we're hanging out for St. Paddy's Day weekend, whatever pick, today is going to be the pick of the weekend.
Absolutely, Joe. Maybe have a jacket on hand because it will be a little bit breezy as you head further off to the water. But overall, it's shaping out to be a very nice morning. Temperature is still fairly on the cool side as we head into that 9 o'clock hour, holding on to the lower 40s. We'll continue to see that mixture of sun and clouds throughout your day today. But highs quickly warm up into the 50s as we head into your Saturday. And then come tomorrow, we are tracking some cold temperatures, struggling to get out of the 40s, and then those wind chill values make it feel like the teens out there. So definitely keep it here. We'll time it out for you guys after the break.